The 21st century's global economy, a marvel of interconnectedness and just-in-time delivery, is surprisingly fragile, resting on a few critical pillars. One of these is a narrow stretch of water, just 21 miles wide at its narrowest point, yet through it flows the lifeblood of modern civilization: oil. This is the Strait of Hormuz, the world's most important oil choke point, and its potential closure represents one of the greatest threats to global stability. The question is not just whether it could happen, but what the world would look like in the immediate aftermath. This narrow waterway, separating Iran from the Arabian Peninsula, is the only sea passage from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. It is the transit route for roughly 1/5 of global petroleum consumption and about 1/3 of the world's liquefied natural gas. The sheer volume of energy passing through this bottleneck makes it the jugular vein of the global economy. Any disruption here doesn't just ripple outwards. It creates a tsunami of economic and political chaos, a scenario that holds the entire world hostage to its uninterrupted flow. Given its strategic location, the Strait of Hormuz provides Iran with immense geopolitical leverage. Flanked by its coastline and numerous islands, Iran's military has the capacity to disrupt, if not completely halt, passage through the strait using a combination of naval mines, anti-ship missiles, and fast attack craft. Historically, threats to close the strait have been a cornerstone of Iran's defensive doctrine, often brandished in response to international sanctions, military pressure, or heightened regional tensions. For Tehran, this threat serves as a powerful deterrent, a way to inflict immediate and severe economic pain on its adversaries without resorting to direct, conventional warfare. The immediate economic fallout from a blockage would be catastrophic and instantaneous. The moment shipping ceases, global oil prices would not just rise, they would skyrocket, potentially doubling or even tripling within days. Financial markets would enter a freefall as investors panic, leading to a sharp downturn in global stock indices. The world would witness an immediate supply shock far exceeding the oil crises of the 1970s. Shipping and insurance rates would soar to astronomical levels for any vessel daring to operate in the region, effectively paralyzing a significant portion of global trade and plunging the world into an immediate, severe recession. In the long term, the consequences would cascade through every sector of the global economy. The initial oil price shock would quickly translate into crippling costs for transportation, manufacturing, and agriculture. Industries heavily reliant on petrochemicals, from plastics to pharmaceuticals, would face unprecedented disruptions. Consumers would see a dramatic increase in the cost of living, with gas prices soaring and the cost of goods climbing due to higher shipping expenses. Scenes of long lines at empty gas stations and widespread industrial slowdowns would become commonplace, leading to mass layoffs and social unrest as the global standard of living plummets. Such a crisis would inevitably trigger a swift and robust international response. The United States and its allies, who have long guaranteed the freedom of navigation through the strait, would likely initiate military action to reopen the waterway. This could involve naval fleets conducting minesweeping operations and establishing safe transit corridors, a high-risk endeavor that could easily escalate into a full-blown regional war. Simultaneously, intense diplomatic efforts would unfold at the United Nations and in capitals around the world, seeking a peaceful resolution. However, the potential for miscalculation and escalation would place the entire Middle East, and by extension global security, on a knife's edge. Ultimately, the fragility of this single choke point exposes the precarious nature of our interconnected world. The free flow of energy through the Strait of Hormuz is not merely a matter of economics, it is a fundamental pillar of modern international order. Its closure would unleash a chain reaction of economic collapse, political instability, and potential military conflict on a scale not seen in generations. Maintaining the delicate balance required to keep this vital artery open is, therefore, one of the most critical and enduring challenges of our time, a constant reminder of how close our complex global system is to the brink of chaos.